Well, I went to the grocery store. I was gone maybe an hour, hour and a half. Wasn't raining, and I get back and inch and a half of rain on the dial. So we got an inch and a half in about an hour in a system that was already hydrated. We're just gonna take a walk through my 4-pond system. Anyway, water's coming in through the culvert here. I've got it armored with bags of concrete that hardened up, and that actually fills its own pool of water, a puddle to put the water in the ground. And then this is my first offense. This particular pond here, I just dug a hole in the ground, wanted to catch in light rains and stuff, just thought it could catch trash and debris and Roundup and fertilizer, soak it into the ground instead of taking it on to the streams and rivers and oceans. And then we're approaching the 2 ponds that Zach Weiss built. His I think his YouTube channel is Water Stories. Brilliant guy. Anyway, this is the original sediment pond and then the main pond. And I don't know, a year or two ago, this sediment pond had filled in with about 18 inches of the neighbor's dirt. They've got horses. I think anybody with horses understands what I'm talking about. Anyway, so when I dug it out, I actually built this mini sediment pond. I didn't dig this out, I just took what I dug out from the sediment pond and built that dam there. And I figured keep it lean and shallow, and if I needed a scoop full of dirt, I could come in here and start making it bigger as I need dirt. This is the water coming in from my food forest terrace, which is actually doing good. If you see back there, that is honeysuckle that finally made it to the roof. One of my life goals is to make this kind of like a Garden of Eden. I've got tall 7-foot fences, and I was hoping to have a green wall all around it. And I've struggled for years to get anything to grow here. But the last couple of years, we've actually had good enough summertime moisture to keep the stuff alive. Also planted some grapes and some jasmine and some passion flower. And the passion flower has only been, I probably planted it 3 weeks ago. I'm not going to walk in there, but it's halfway up the fence line, so it's doing good. So I'm having hope I'll succeed. But let's get to the rainfall here. So this is the sediment pond. And we're going to go around. I've done something new in the pond. I've built a couple of floating wetlands. I had bought one and it became I would say an ecological disaster. It just disintegrated. It was some kind of floaty foam thing, and it's in there's pieces all on the edge of the pond that it was in. And started doing some research, and everybody is not everybody, but I'm seeing pool noodles, I'm seeing zip ties, I'm seeing a lot of stuff that I think is just going to be a nightmare to deal with after a year or two. So I decided to build a couple to test some theories on longevity. So let's get this water flowing. Anyway, I built 2 different styles. This one, in simple terms, it's the equivalent of, you know, those planting beds you screw on a windowsill, just like a box. You know, take 4 of those and screw them together, flip it upside down. You can put PVC, you can put water bottles, you can put whatever you need in that hollow cavity, and then take chicken wire, run it across there and staple it on, so that holds the water bottles in so they can't get away. And it also gives you a bottom where you can put whatever you want for planting, whether it's core or a few layers of burlap or whatever. But in this case, I used PVC pipe, and it's pretty low to the ground. But the other experiment is I didn't plant anything in here. I went around and collected cow manure and just filled it full of cow manure. I'm just going to let it go, see what happens. And I can tell right now there's Bermuda grass coming out right now, and this has been in the ground probably 2 or 3 weeks. The other one, I don't know if I can get a good picture here. I made a square out of PVC pipe, or a rectangle, and then I built a box that fit into that. But on the top and bottom, I used 1x6s so it was taller than the PVC pipe. And I think if you can see it, I just ran, trying to get my finger in here. 1, 2, 3, 1x4s across it, top and bottom, so it kind of is wedged into that PVC pipe. No zip ties, no duct tape, nothing silly that's going to end up in the pond system. Same thing on the bottom. I nailed chicken wire down there for the probably 2 or 3 layers of burlap, and then I filled it full of peat moss. It actually has strawberries in there that are big and plump, and then on the right side, and then on the left side I planted, I think, society garlic. Yeah, I was real interested in that because, like I said, I was just dumbfounded at what I see on the interwebs of how to make those things and all the debris and plastics you're adding into the pond system. So hopefully somebody can take an idea from that. So with all that flow, and you saw the rapids over there, and this is one of the genius things that Zach did when he built my pond, is the overflow is super wide. There's a snake. See if I can zoom in on it. Right there in the center, there's a snake. Anyway, the overflow is wide and level, and it's and I really believe it's key to keeping the fish in here. And I've got some big catfish and bass in the pond at this point. If this was a normal, like regular kind of overflow, I mean, it could be, based on what you saw up ahead, it could be 2 feet deep and all the bass coming out with it. So I'm real happy about that. Anyway, kept it pretty level, and at which point it had to go downhill to get into the ravine. And I will say, this is not a running stream, creek at any point. I mean, I may get a little bit of water flow for maybe 6 weeks, and I'm talking about where this is just, you know, maybe a ½ inch of water. It's just wet to walk through it, but it's not a running creek by any means. But we're going to watch where it dumps down. This is my first test here, actually. I'm glad I was able to get out here. So Zach had put a berm back about to right here, and in a super flow like this, the water was actually kicking out and not, it was going out to the right of this oak tree and kind of eroding it out. I took from about here down, I created another berm, and maybe 6 inches deep, but it seems to be holding it. Got a little bit right here plooching out, but all in all, I think it's containing it, which is awesome. I don't know if another storm's coming behind this one, but the sheer amount of water this system is holding is incredible. Anyway, as it goes back down in the ravine, Zach rock lined it. As you can see, the rocks here, so I've had no erosion here at all. Now we are getting, I don't know if you can see it, but got that stream there that's outside of the rocks, and got another stream just past it. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it may be I come back and put a berm here to kind of contain it, because like I said, once it starts running out off of the rocks, it's just going to erode the bank here. So that's why it's good to come out in these events and see what's happening. Shamrock didn't give me a baby this year. My bull got tangled up in electrical lines. I'd run a double electrical line so I can do some paddock rotation, and Justin, I think, got his leg caught up in it, got tangled in it, and he was bum-kneed all last year, like limping, and he got one cow pregnant. He didn't get the other cow pregnant. All right, the other thing I want to check is whether it busted through here. So right here is where the original brush dam was, and in an event like this, the water was just like full flow coming around the side. So I added all this timber, and it's staying confined. We'll have to look at the other side, see if it's true over there too. So all in all, the systems are doing good. I mean, not much I think I want to change here. Just let it keep on doing its thing. I guess let's cross through here. We'll go look at the other side. Because this flow is about as hard as it's going to get. Yeah, it's containing it on this side too. I mean, there is some water coming down because this is a slope going down. I see some trails coming, but so far I see no evidence that it breached. So this is cool. I'm not going to go down there because I don't want to keep this video long, but this is my one log dam right there, and it's going into my last pond, which leaks pretty bad. It usually settles in at like 1/3 capacity, so when we get these rains, it catches the rest of the rain, rarely overflows, so that allows me to catch all this water you saw uphill on my land. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off. Just wasn't expecting this rain. Had to come out here and take a look at it. Anyway, y'all have a great day.